Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Dark Place Watcher of Realms. In today's video I will talk about gear management and I will be focusing on the left side gear this time around. I've got another video that focuses on the right side gear management. I find the left side a little bit trickier. That's why I wanted to make a separate video about it. So let's begin. When when you are trying to sort your left side gear, um, pretty much because there's not any primary attributes, right? It's all about the secondary attributes and the sets. It's kind of easier to get a good piece on the left side because you know you don't have many primary attribute alternatives, so I think it becomes a little easier. But then managing becomes a little bit difficult because you need to kind of consider all the options out there before starting to delete anything. Um, the first one is healers, right? So if I am, if I am managing the left side gear, I'm first checking the healer potential gears out there. And the way I do it is I choose Life Force, for example, for a HP based healer. And I'm also using maybe Salvation or let's say Immortal Warrior or Light's Grace, right? These are the possible sets that I will be using. And for weapon, I'm specializing on attack speed and HP bonus, right? And healing effect as well. Now that becomes difficult immediately. I could not find anything. If you don't want to specialize as much, you can leave healing effect out, or maybe you can leave attack speed out. You will have more alternatives. But for the time being, I'm looking for all these, uh, you know, all these substats on a HP based healer. So that's pretty much it. And then if I have got any, right, I just lock them out. It comes up on the secondary attributes completely match and I lock them out. I do not delete anything just yet. And then the second one is the attack based healers. So in this case, I'm taking HP bonus out, putting attack bonus in, and I'll do change my sets a little bit. I do not want a life force or an immortal warrior. I want a warlord or calamity set on my attack based healer. Now I'm selecting salvation here, but really salvation is not the best gear for a healer, let's be honest. But regardless, I am just choosing some, sets that I thought would be useful for a healer. And now I can go ahead and lock anything that might be useful here, right? So this is not locked, for example, but let me lock it. There's a nice attack bonus roll here, but it's on a salvation set. That's why I'm not really using this on any of my healers. The attack speed is heal like decent, considering um considering it's a healer. It doesn't really have the perfect stats out there, or it doesn't really need to uh, be too good in a way. That as long as they get the job done, it's fine. But I really do not like the salvation set on them. So, and let me have a look at this one. I am not liking this, so I can actually leave this out. I've rolled this in the past, but I'm not liking the rolls. It's not worth re-rolling for it or something, right? So if need be, it can be sold later on. So selling the is going to be the last stage, right? So that being said, healers are already done. So now I can focus perhaps on tanks. And for tanks, I am going to be needed either Immortal Warrior um, or a Life Force set, right? And let's see, and then my substats will be HP bonus and defense bonus, and then rest could be um, whatever you fancy. Maybe you want them to be a little bit more damage dealing, you want attack bonus as well. Maybe you want them to have like defense and HP, like uh, substats, like to go fully like tanky. Some tanks really do like attack speed. So this is one of them times where you will kind of need to specialize a little bit more um, based on what characters you have and what you are needing. And pretty much you will be checking all these options and you're going to be locking them away. For example, this one I'm locking away, this one I'm locking away, right? All these sets are just locked away. I will roll for them at some point. I don't know, but that's pretty much it. And then uh, this is this is only weapon specific, right? Um, I'll do the breastplate in a second as well. But let's then talk about our DPS units. So what do they need? They're going to need attack bonus, crit rate, and attack speed. They cannot have crit damage on the weapons, unfortunately, unless they're an ancient piece. But then I'm also changing this into Warlord, Wicked Vengeance, and perhaps Calamity, Whirlwind, Annihilating Might. All these options are okay. There is only one coming up. I am definitely looking this, right? So maybe I've got a Vienna or something, and I do not really genuinely care as much about the attack speed. Or maybe you are like in the earlier stages and you don't really need the perfect pieces just yet. So you can go ahead and try these options. Um, so let me actually lock these here and not really gonna use attack speed on Vienna anyway, so I'm just leaving these out. But I've locked the ones that I will definitely be using, right? So this is also my DPS sorted. So now, apart from these really like these three options, this healer, tank, and support options all locked away and just sorted out for you. You will also be need to thinking about some niche heroes that need something a little bit different, right? For example, Murray, you need a lot of attack speed and rage regen on Murray. So I'm definitely using a whirlwind set on her. I do not care about attack bonus. I do not care about crit rate or anything. Unfortunately, we do not have rage regen options for Murray, for example. But on the weapon you can have attack speed, and then I also like to have a little bit of tankiness on my Murray. I'm using HP bonus for example, and then these two sets can be locked for Murray, right? But she is not the only one. Maybe you're looking for Dolores who needs a lot of attack. So a Calamity set with with attack bonus, pretty much it. Like it may use healing effect, but it's a lot easier to like build a Dolores, for example, so you can go ahead and check your options and get something done for her quite quickly. You don't need the fanciest builds. As much attack as possible is best. If you get some orange rolls on attack bonus or attack, that would be great potentially, but you know, at least purple is decent enough. So, and any other that may come to your mind, any other that may come to your mind. For example, I use Morrigan sometimes for Guild Boss. Sorry, for Guild War. She is fully skilled up. I think she's quite like her DPS is not really out there, but because she gets her ult like very quickly all the time, I found her very useful in Guild War with Greed, for example, and it becomes a nightmare to kind of um, attack against the Morrigan Greed team and kind of control or time your units to avoid the ults, right? Because they're going to get these ults very consistently. So I really like attack speed on her. So I go, for example, Whirlwind sets, and I go, for example, attack bonus, crit rate, attack speed, right? And any options coming up here is a potential use for Morrigan. Um, you know, before moving to the breastplates, and we're gonna be doing the same thing for breastplates as well. You need to like think, just to summarize what I have been doing here. You need to think your potential healers different for attack or HP based, healers. You need to think about your DPS units. You need to think about your tank units, and you need to arrange things accordingly and look at the pieces that will be useful for you, right? And then afterwards, you're gonna also think about all these niche build heroes that you might have that may need something a little bit different. In Dolores's case, for example, as I said, she does not need attack speed, she just wants full base attack and is a lot easier to find a good piece for her. So you do not really have to overdo trying to give her all these like healing effects because she's not healing much anyway, let's be honest. Just, focus on attack and attack bonus, right? So, and now I'm going to repeat the same thing for breastplates. Now, let me again start with my healers. So for HP based healers, I'm going to be needing HP bonus and also healing effect. You cannot have attack speed on breastplates unless it's a ancient unit. And then the gear set can be, let's say, life force. It can be salvation, although I don't like it. It can be light's grace. It can be immortal warrior. But now also I've seen some people using Whirlwind because attack speed is a decent thing to have for a healer as well. So if that's your thing, then go ahead and do this. Now, as you can see, there is a lot coming up here. I will be looking away these pieces here. Now, as I said, I'm not really using any salvation unit, sets for my healer, so I'm leaving this out. But for example, this one can be locked. Although, yeah, crit rate here is useless or whatever. Like this one is a bit better. This it has got defense bonus. On a HP based healer, you want a bit of tankiness, for example. This is a lot better piece compared to this. So you will always have these like differences anyway. Let me just look this as well. I'm just looking all the options that might be useful. I'll not be using a whirlwind set. Well, actually, yeah, not this one at least. It's not looking very the best piece out there, right? If I wanted to specialize it a little bit more, I would have put um defense bonus, or actually um even, yeah, I think defense bonus is the best here, right? And then, then you've got a bit more of a specialized options here. It's totally up to you, right, what you want to do. And then that being said, let me just focus on this time an attack-based healer. This time I'm choosing Warlord, Salvation, Whirlwind, and Calamity. And I'm taking Salvation out, and I'm taking Whirlwind out as well. Let's face it, I'll not be using these on them. So attack bonus healing effect, and I am seeing some Calamity pieces popping up, so I'll be looking them for a potential use for a healer, right? And then I am having a look at my tank units. So this time I'm using Life Force, Mortal Warrior, and that's about it really. And I am needing a HP bonus and defense bonus as well. And I'll just go ahead and lock anything popping up here, right? So these are potential use and uh, for a tank, and I'm just looking them away, right? So anything that could be useful is just locked away. And then finally we can focus on the DPS units. I am gonna be of course needing Wicked Vengeance, perhaps Warlord, perhaps Whirlwind, Calamity, Annihilating Might, and then I'm specializing now on attack bonus, crit rate, and crit damage. This time you can have crit damage on the breastplate, but you cannot have attack speed unless it's an ancient unit. So now anything that comes up here, I'll be looking it away. It seems I've already rolled for this one, for example. I did not roll good. Crit rate is really low here, for example. This is pretty much unusable. However, I'll leave it regardless for the time being. And then finally, I am thinking about the possibilities, uh, for example, for Murray, for Dolores, as I said, you know, an attack bonus. Just an attack bonus is enough for Dolores, for example. You just want to roll for attack bonuses and try to get something orange for her, so just anything that looks interesting. Oh, an attack as well, actually, because we're talking about we're talking about breastplate. So you want attack and attack bonus on Dolores. So all these coming up here is actually a potential use. You don't have to have Warlord. Actually, Calamity is enough because Dolores doesn't benefit from attack speed anyway. So what's the point of overkilling it, right? So you're checking this event. There is anything nice here. If you can roll like a couple of oranges or whatever in any of these over here, you can just use them. So I'm looking these actually at the minute. Um, and I will also look the the Warlord pieces as well. Why not? Why not, right? I don't care if it has attack speed or not. Um, if it's not anything extra I gain out of it, but if I find a good piece, why not? So I have locked away anything. You can specialize, think about any other possibilities that you might need, for any specific hero, and just go ahead and lock them away. Now this being said, now I can just pretty much select all and delete everything, right? Because everything ups, sorry, let me just get rid of all the things now. So anything that could be useful is now locked away anyway. So after making sure, please make sure that you have done all these stages without skipping anything or any class or anybody, and then now you can go ahead and select all and delete anything that's not locked away. And then you may start then going back. Oh, actually this one is not locked for whatever reason. I almost always locked my ancient pieces. This one almost slipped through. Um, so pretty much make sure that you are looking away for all your classes, for all the heroes that might need something specific, and then feel free, after making sure that it's all gone right, feel free to remove all the filters. Go ahead with select all and delete anything coming up. Just to double check, you can go ahead and check some of the thumb ups, for example. This one has attack bonus, crit rate, crit damage, which is a really good piece on um, for a DPS unit, really, but it's on an Immortal Warrior set. I suppose it has got a defense bonus as well, so if you're going like somewhat tanky-ish, like off tanky builds, such as, I don't know, maybe um, yeah, some heroes really like to be off tanky, right? Um, Abomination, an example to that. So maybe could use this, but I'm not gonna ever use Immortal Warrior on a real DPS unit, right? Regardless, I'm locking this away just in case. You can go ahead and check any thumb ups, right? That comes up for you, just in case, just skimming through, like scanning your, your screen very quickly, just making sure here that nothing went wrong. This one, for example, attack bonus, crit damage, doesn't have crit rate. I'm not really gonna use this on a DPS. Attack bonus, crit damage, doesn't have crit rate. Again, I am not. It's usable, I suppose. It's usable, right? Not too bad, but it's Annihilating Might as well, which I'm not using as much at the minute. But um, regardless, just scanning through, just double checking these thumb ups can help. Maybe um, reminding you that that piece could be useful for a niche option or alternative as well. That being said, I can now go ahead and sell all these stuff here, right? And now after doing this, you can go ahead, right? This is something I have not been doing for ages, but you can go ahead and kind of try to uh, roll for these, these pieces that you have left with. Try to see, like maybe get them to plus 12. Try to see if you have got something good out of them, and then you're gonna do another clearing. For example, right? So this one, why did we lock this one? Because it has got HP bonus, attack speed. Perhaps. Oh, this wasn't locked away, but it still somehow survived. That's interesting. And I can't see any uses for this, to be fair. I suppose attack speed, HP bonus. If I had healing effect as well, could be a nice piece you know, for a healer. This one here has got HP bonus, defense bonus, and HP, so this could be used for a tank probably. So for example, all the locked ones, right? You're going through them and you are doing you're bringing them up to 12, for example. If you roll something nice, like this one is somewhat decent, for example, you can just try your chances with 16 and see, if you get a good defense bonus roll as well, and then you've got a piece for a tank. Although, um, for example, uh, well, yeah, actually, potentially, yeah, why not? Let me just show you an example here, because I think we might have just found a better piece for our Brock here, right? So let's see, where did it go? Oh, no, I can't seem to. Oh, because it was a weapon, wasn't it? So yeah, this piece here. So If I roll something like HP bonus, I've already rolled something better. HP, I've rolled something better. To be honest, attack speed, crit rate doesn't matter, but I can now roll for the defense bonus, and if I get like something decent here, this could be used for my broker, for example, right? Um, so not really, I didn't, but I mean, I think it's still a better piece, isn't it? Because of the HP will go up. Yeah, and defense went a little bit down, but whatever. I mean, HP is I like HP more. So, anyways, so what I'm trying to say here is that you're gonna go through all the things that you have locked and build them to up to 12 perhaps, and see if we can find any good uses for them. Here is another example for let's do one for a DPS. Let's say this one, right? I think I've locked this for Dolores, didn't I? Yeah, it seems like it. For example, HP crit rate, HP bonus. No, this was for a tank maybe that I've locked, but I don't need a warlord set on a tank, so mm, I've done something wrong maybe. I don't know. I definitely don't need this, right? So does it have attack and attack? But no. Oh, interesting. Maybe I've left the warlord set open when I was trying to do the tanks. Regardless, this is not useful for me. Let me actually do that again. I think that's where I messed up a little bit. So we said for tanks we're gonna be needing Immortal Warrior, Life Force, and we're gonna be needing HP bonus and defense bonus. Right, so anything useful here was already locked away anyway. Why is... Yeah, okay. There we go. Let me lock this. Let me lock these options. Interesting. For whatever reason, it didn't come up completely right before. Now let me get rid of everything and then select all. And there is now more pieces coming up. That's interesting. It's definitely interesting, guys. I don't know what happened there. But yeah, I do not need any of these, right? Surely. Do I need to do everything again? For whatever reason, there are now new stuff coming up. Maybe I couldn't sell them. Maybe I've only sold. Ah, okay. You know what? Ignore me. I've only sold the breastplate pieces. I've not sold the weapon pieces, right? So that's why I've come up with all the strange ones as well. Okay. So let's go back now. Sorry about this, guys. So let's go back and do this, right? I am checking, as I said, my options for... Yeah, there we go. For example, this one. This has got attack bonus, crit rate. Could be useful for... It's lacking attack speed, but could be useful for, let's say, Vienna. So I'm going for +4 and... Okay. I did not expect that at all. But now I'm taking this to 16 and see if I found a better piece for Vienna now, right? I suppose the crit rate sucks though, but I mean, I can give this to Dolores. Let's face it, I can give this to Dolores. So let's try another one. Let's see another DPS one, attack bonus, crit rate, another possibility for Vienna, let's say. So plus 12. Let's see if I roll something nice. Not really. Crit rate sucks, attack sucks. Now I can get rid of the lock, and I'll just possibly even sell it pretty much afterwards, right? What else do we have? I'm not gonna roll for any whirlwind weapons yet. This one, right? Another attack bonus and crit rate. I'm going 12. Now, this is somewhat decent. Is it better than what she has got at the minute? Not really. But I suppose attack bonus, crit rate, attack speed is useless on her anyway. Uh, I suppose attack bonus is better, and then yeah, this could be an option. I mean, if I wanted to sacrifice a bit of a crit damage for some attack bonus, this is definitely the go for. It doesn't look too tempting at the minute. I'm just leaving it there locked, right? Whatever. So this is basically, what I'm going through now. I'm bringing all these nice pieces that I need for a tank, for a DPS, for whatever to plus 12. If I like them, I take them to plus 16. If I don't, I sell them at plus 12. You never kind of want to go above 12 plus 12 and consume your gold if your rolls are not good anyway. Speaking of which, where is my Dolores? I think I found something nice for her, right? Um, yeah, definitely. I mean, um, yeah, I suppose the BP went down, but whatever. Let's have a look if I can find like a good attack bonus piece on breastplate as well. Let's have a look at this, for example. Plus 12. Oh, that's not it. How about this one? Let's say let's take it to plus 8. Is this better than what she has at the minute? Yes. So let me perhaps try my chances, right? Oh, that's so sad. I mean, I suppose it's still better than what she has got at the minute. So whatever. If I rolled like a purple at least on this as well, I could be a lot happier, but whatever. So now I've got even more attack on her, right? So I can easily get rid of this piece. Actually, you know what? I'm not gonna ever use this on anybody. Let me just go ahead and sell it, right? Stuff like that. So I'm checking basically. Look at this. I don't even have a proper set on her, which is weird. I would have much rather prefer to have you know um a set on her, like maybe an Invik set or something, right? Mana Spring is not 100% bad on her, for example. Although Invik is the go for really for Dolores, but at the minute, um, I'm just giving her as much attack as I can. That's pretty much what I'm doing. Like some purple roll or high blue roll attack, weapons that I'm giving her, and that's about it. You know, on the right side, and that's pretty much it. So after checking everything, then you can just continue to delete those as well, right? And that was about it. That was a long video. That was a lot longer than I thought it was going to be, guys. But as I said, I find the left side a little bit trickier. Um, and it really is a little bit trickier, right? So I hope this helps. I hope you liked the video. Please like and subscribe and see you in the next video.